Hi, I teach you today how you can do croissant and pain au chocolat at home. For that, we need a lot of ingredients and a lot of material. You see on this recipe the most easy technique for doing at home. The croissant dough is the most difficult recipe you can do at home. But I try to learn you the most easy technique for doing at home. We starting by doing the croissant dough in the mixing bowl. First step, we take the milk, all eggs, water, liquid levain. We don't do the croissant with yeast. We can do by liquid levain, better taste, better look, a little bit of butter, sugar, and now the most important is 3 different types of flour. We have strong flour, tradition flour, pastry flour. This kind of flour is for put a lot of strong in the dough. This one is for flexibility, and this one is for the resistance, because we work a lot of with the dough. First, we put the strongest flour. After the strongest flour and the pastry flour, we put the tradition flour. It's the last one. And for every dough, we put salty on the top. For a special reason, we put some liquid levain on the bottom. We put the salt on the top. It don't need to be together in the water. If we do that, the salty kill the levain and we not have croissant for brewing. After 5 minutes in the first speed and 10 minutes in the second speed, you have one dough very strong. You can see. Now we have to put the more thin as possible. And for that, we use rolling and a little bit of flour. First step, we put a little bit of flour and normally I don't doing this one by hand at my bakery. I have a machine for that, but for you, I'm doing by hand. We put in the freezer for 5 minutes, and in the same time, you take the butter, and we're doing the same thing with the butter. Now, the dough is in the freezer for 5 minutes. We're working about the butter. We take a special butter for touring. We take a knife. We have here 1 kilo, but we need only 1/4. We take 1 pieces, a little bit of flour on the butter. 2 sides is very important. And now we need to go in very slowly. If you go too strong, the butter going very quickly in hot temperature, and you have a melting butter in the bench. We're working on the rolling. Don't have hesitation about flour. Put the more flour you can for don't have melting butter on the bench. Now we have a perfect rectangle and we're ready for doing the touring. We keep this part, we take back in the freezer the croissant dough. After 5 minutes, the croissant dough is ready. Now we can doing the touring. It's the most difficult part of the croissant. We finish to doing more bigger. Now the objective of the touring is doing some layer. The very important when we're doing the croissant is very carefully about the butter. The incorporation need to be slowly, step by step, for not doing a classic brioche. If you take this one and you put in this one too quickly, you're doing a brioche and you don't have some layer. The most important is the difference of the puff pastry and croissant dough. It's very different. The puff pastry is for millefeuille, it's different kind of dough. And this dough is, you have some liquid levain or yeast, that depends for recipe, but this one you have liquid leather and is brewing. The puff pastry is not brewing. Now is ready to put the butter. Now we take the butter, we put in the middle. We close it. For have the better result, the butter need to be cold and the croissant dough need to be cold also. Now the butter is perfectly closed inside. And now we start to touring. First step, going very slowly like that. Give a little bit of largesse. We need to have something a little bit large. Now we turn, you see? You see the butter is here? Is ready. We put flour. And we're doing one time again. We need to have something like that on this size for doing the start of touring. On this side, a small part like that. We take this side. It needs to be like that. And we do this side. You need to have 1, 2, and this side 1. When you do that, you're doing the half of the job. We slice here the 3 sides for doing the better repetition of butter. We take a knife, small incision. You can see the butter is here. This dough needs to be in the fridge for 20 minutes maximum. Now the dough is ready after 20 minutes in the fridge for finish the job of touring. We put on the bench, we put a little bit flour. On this part, don't put too much flour. Now we put only a longer for finish the touring. Okay, we have something perfect for the last touring. We call this touring a simple tour. 1 and 2. And of course, same like before, 1 incision on the side, and you can start to see all the layer. After the second tour we're doing, we put this dough in the fridge for maximum 20 minutes. After 20 minutes in the fridge, the croissant dough is ready for the final slice. We start by croissant, and I show you how you can do a nice croissant with the dough you prep in 1 hour. Taking, same like before, a little bit of flour. Now we're going to maximum 1 centimeter for slice the croissant with this dough. It's finished, it's done. It's ready to cut the croissant we need for my breakfast tomorrow morning. And we're doing a triangle. Croissant is a triangle. We put in the middle. Now we have on the top part 9 centimeter. And for doing the triangle, we put a line in the middle for 4.5 centimeter. Now we use a knife for doing the triangle. Now you can see all the layer. You see it's a little bit fat, but for have something very thin, we take the croissant, we're doing like that, and after we take the croissant and we're rolling. After slice and rolling the croissant, we take and we put on a baking tray for brewing. And after 2 hours, it looks like this and is ready to cook. The last thing we need to put on the croissant before to put in the oven is some eggs with a brush, and we put perfectly. Now it's ready to go in the oven for minimum 20 minutes. Now I'll show you how can do a pain au chocolat, the most famous viennoiserie we can do with chocolates. This is the same dough and is the most famous variation of the croissant. We take a knife. We're doing a slice of pain au chocolat for this size. Is approximately 8 centimeters. We put the chocolates, is the first one. Keep the chocolates. One. We close, we're doing like that. Look. And now we're doing the second chocolate. We put exactly here. Look, like that. For this pain au chocolat, we use some classic dark chocolates, and you can see all the layer. And we put on this tray the pain au chocolat for brewing. This pain au chocolat needs to stay outside for minimum 2 hours for brewing before cooking. After 2 hours brewing, pain au chocolat looks like that. It's a little bit fluffy and ready to cook. Final touch, some eggs with a brush. Slowly, nicely. Nice. Now the pain au chocolat going in the oven for 20 minutes before to be ready. After 20 minutes of cooking, we have some amazing croissant and amazing pain au chocolat. Look that. Look this layer. Looking. Smell better. I give you all my secrets for have the most amazing croissant and pain au chocolat at home. I know it's hard work to do this one without machine and doing this one by hand, but be sure, if you're motivated, you have something like that at home for breakfast and for any time you want. Good luck.